Hi, and welcome to a video on how you can create a run sheet for your client. And the run sheet is a way that you can show a client how multiple copies of an engraving are going to look, but with the difference being the element that changes from copy to copy. So it could be, for example, you're looking at doing some sports trophies for a local sports club, and you want to put down the names of the winners on the trophy plaques. It could be like a name tag with a company logo, but obviously with different names of the employers there, that sort of thing. And you're generating multiple copies. So it's a good idea to be able to show a client what all of these copies are going to look like with everyone's different names on them and so forth. And that way they can review that prior to giving you the go ahead. It's a good way of just making sure that they're going to be happy with the final product there. So what I'm going to do is show you a project I'm currently working on for a local gun club here for an event they've got coming up. And as you can see, that's exactly what I've got here. These are wooden plaques that we have got to engrave. And you can see with each of these plaques, we've got the name of the various category that the plaque is the award for. And I've done that by generating multiple copies using the variable text feature in Lightburn, which you can find over here. This is the variable text feature that is used to generate those different names and so forth. And I've got a video on how you can do that, and I'll post a link to that one as well. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got 9 different copies. I want to send a running sheet to the client just to show them how these 9 different trophies are going to look. And the first option you can do is go to the uh, preview option here. Now, the first thing you'll see, of course, and probably you would have picked that up, is that I get a warning here saying one or more of the shapes are crossing the edge of the machine workspace will not be sent. Continue. And what it's referring to here are these 3 trophies, which are outside the boundary, the top edge boundary here of our workspace. So if I go yes, I say, yeah, I do want to continue. I want you to do what you can for me. What we'll see is we get 6 trophies, the 6 trophies that are fitting in this workspace. So that's kind of not what I want to do because I want them to see everything all at once. I don't want to have to send multiple files to the client. So what I can do is go to Edit, go to Device Settings. Okay, and in device settings here, what we're looking for is the working size. So these dimensions actually determine the workspace that we're working with. And usually you have this set up to the physical parameters of your laser, but we're not going to be engraving anything as such. We're just going to be creating a file. So I'm going to change the height here to 600 millimeters. Okay, and what you can then see is that's now increased that workspace to include those 3 trophies. So if I then go uh, preview, and we'll generate the preview here, and we should hopefully find we get all 9 trophies, and we do. So then I can go save image, save that as a PNG or JPEG, and I could send that to the client as a running sheet. And then they can review these details and go, yep, that looks all good. You can then explain in the email, look, these rectangles are just guides. So this is the outer rectangle as the outside edge of the block of wood. And then we've got a scalloped bevel here. And then the inner rectangle is the working area that I've got to print on. So you can explain that in the email to the client there as well. Now, the second methodology basically is we're going to print our file, and we're going to go print keep colors. And in the printing option here, what you want to do is select Microsoft Print to PDF. Okay, hit print. You get the option to save this as a PDF now. So if I go test and go save, we now get a PDF generated. And the good thing with this is it's actually retained the color scheme of each individual layer. So this is a really good option if you wanted to point out in your email to the client various elements to your client via the color scheme of the engraving that you've got here. So, for example, you could say, do you think the blue lasso here would be better, larger or smaller? You could say, look, the red outlines, rectangular outlines, are not going to be engraved; they're just for template purposes. It just helps you point out elements in your engraving a little easier to the client. And again, it's about just getting them having that visual representation of what you're doing before you actually go ahead and engrave multiple copies for them. And that really is as much as I wanted to show you today. One thing I will say is make sure you do not forget to go back to your device settings and reset your engraving space, because that will be remembered on the next job you do, and you certainly don't want that. Let me know, did you know about this trick? Is this something you've used before in your work? Um, Let me know. Thanks very much for watching. If you can, please provide me with a like, a subscribe, and if you want to watch any of my future videos, don't forget to hit that notification bell as well. Thanks very much for watching. Have a good day.